and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 130, Tamagotchi. In this week's episode, we get them wild pants back on.
They did something good.
JfG Ash hates life.
Sorry, buddy.
JfG Alex wins big.
Woo!
There's Games for Gold and PS Plus. And finally, we have some Street Beat.
Because we want to know, buddies.
Get on the show.
Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 130. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, as always, on a Wednesday, feeling good. Feeling good on a Wednesday. Sparkling thoughts give me the hope to go... to go on, buddy.
Shining beacon. Shining example to women everywhere.
Yeah, me.
And men.
And, okay.
The mighty lord.
Well, once again this week, buddy, ample stuff that I've been up to. You know, I feel like I'm going to be talking about something. It's a facade, buddy. It's nothing. I've done nothing.
Oh, we've been rumbled. We've been hoodwinked.
I'm coming clean. I went swimming and did the water shoots and flew.
Nice, like it. Yeah,
that was fun. Hit up some. Oh mate, I had so many takeaways this weekend. I had Pizza Hut. I had kebab. I had what else? I had KFC.
Oh,
I went to the pub.
Oh,
I mean, there's probably like a Chinese in. Actually, yeah, I had Thai red curry as well.
Man,
I'm just like lots of drinking as well.
That's a brand of nihilism that I can respect, buddy. Fair play to you there.
Oh, mate, it's been a tough week, mainly because the fucking kids. I mean, like, normally I love my kids, they're the best, but...
Oh, you don't mean the kids as in, like, the youth of today?
No,
you mean...
as in my specific 3 children that I have.
Right. Okay.
Oh, my God. What a bunch of cunts. Seriously.
Oh.
Just, why? Why are they... mate, just no.
No?
I don't think that I've slept like more than like a 2-hour stint this week, which is
that's like newborn baby bullshit.
Oh mate, I don't know what's going on. Like my daughter's complaining of like achy knees and stuff, so it could be like growing pains and things like that. So she's waking up like in the night, just crying out for us, and obviously that's waking the baby up, and it's just like, oh my God. Fuck my life. I need sleep, buddy. So yeah, I'm gonna be nice and chipper, but deep down inside, I hate you all.
I mean, that's no different from normal there, buddy. So at least you're consistent. So that's tasty.
That is
we like
true.
that. I'm sorry that you're suffering, my friend. There's nothing that sucks more than having a job that you don't particularly like, and also not getting enough sleep either. Like
seriously. And the thing is, like, I'm like, because I'm so tired, and I've got like my daughter's like started school this year as well, so we've got 2 kids to get ready for school, and so like in the morning I'm like a fucking zombie, and I've got to get these kids ready for school and shit like that. So I'm like 5, maybe, I don't think I've been 10 minutes late. Like I think the latest I've been is 7 minutes late, and fucking my manager's like, you haven't been in on time all week. I'm like, oh shit, I feel like balls. Fucking give me a break right now. And they're like, oh, well, you need to sort. I'm like, you fuck off. Just die. Yeah, seriously.
Yep, absolutely.
Have some sort of compassion or some, I don't know, whatever.
Douchebags.
Fuck my life. Yeah.
Load of shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
It's alright, buddy, because I've had Destiny 2 to keep me company, and like it's been able to take my mind off things and travel to distant off worlds and things, which has been it's been great. I've putting some clan time in, playing with some dads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mate, been hitting up them dads. Yeah, chatting.
If anyone's going to understand your current predicament, buddy, it's going to be dads.
Well, I had a situation, and we were last night. I managed to get a bit on the raid. I was like, woo, first time raiding. I got about 45 minutes to an hour in. It's like, oh, right, see you later, buddies. Thanks, bye. Fuck.
Man,
yeah, not cool.
that sucks balls.
Yeah, but it's all good. Life is life, isn't it? They'll get older.
You'll get better.
Yeah, I'll be fine, mate. I'm okay. I'm living the life that is my life.
You continue to live. You're not in a box under a bridge.
That's true. I'm in a cupboard under the stairs.
Yeah. You're a wizard.
So yeah, buddy, my life as a whole has been a fucking shit show this week. How's yours been? Hopefully better than mine.
I mean, in general,
yeah. On the whole,
in general, it's been pretty fucking toilet. If I'm honest,
nice. I like it.
But we won't focus on that. We'll focus on the weekend that's just gone, buddy. Because I had such a fucking wonderful weekend.
Good times. How about one and all?
Yeah, it was fucking sweet as the proverbial punch in many ways, buddy. I went down to Brighton Town, to see friend of the podcast, Paul and his missus. Me and the missus, we went down to stay. We haven't seen them for a while because friend of the podcast, Paul, no longer works at the place that I currently work, currently being the operative word. And, yeah, we had a really good time. It was cool. Ages ago, his missus suggested that we go to this weird event, and I think she kind of suggested it as a joke, but we were like, that's too funny a thing not to go to.
When someone suggests a thing like that, you can't turn it down. So what was this extravagant event of stupidness?
This was Comedia's very own celebrity bingo with former children's TV show host Dave Benson Phillips.
Love that guy.
Yeah. He was obviously famed for Get Your Own Back, where he gunged various teachers and parents. It was quite. I think he was on Playdays many moons ago as well. The concept of seeing this person who you grew up watching all through your childhood do bingo as a caller was weird, especially when drunk. It was.
I bet that was so fucking confusing and just be what is this?
He looks exactly the same. He had his like garish orange shirt on, like he used to wear. Like he looks exactly the same. And
whoa! Video game knowledge coming at you.
Oh,
fucking Dave Benson Phillips was in Smarty's Meltdown 2006 video game. He was the voice of Big Blue. So I mean, yeah. Topical as well.
There you go.
You know, just in case you didn't know, like what this week's topic is, buddy.
Thank God for that. Yeah, the topic this week is video games, and you've played an absolute blinder there because I was flying well off topic, and you managed to rein it back in.
You see that? Yeah. But still, fuck it. I bet that was weird.
It was very funny. We thought it was great. He came straight up on stage and was like, "I know what you're thinking. Fuck me, Ainsley's let himself go." If you're English, then you'll get that straight away. But yeah, he was fucking funny. It turns out that he was a bingo caller before he was a kids' TV presenter. So he had all the lingo. He was very good at it. It seemed like he hadn't really been prepared for the event, which was hosted by a fairly large bald gentleman in like a sparkly leotard. We also had a performance from Britain's Got Talent 2015 semi-finalist, who I can't remember the name of, but she's the hula hoop woman, buddy. She's got like 20 hula hoops, and she does the hula hoops.
I was talking about hula hoops as in the snack.
Not the snack, no. I'm talking the actual hoops. She's one on her neck, 3 on her arms. Yeah. She's downing glasses of wine like through the hoop as it goes up and down her body.
Can it be pints of like stout or bitter?
Not Sam Allardyce. She's like, little rosés and stuff.
Nice.
But
okay,
she did have she had like a 6-pack though. She was a scary woman.
Oh, dangerous.
Strong, confident woman. Anyway, it was just fucking brilliant. Like, we were just getting pissed up playing bingo with a load. There were like a couple of Hindus there, and it probably would have been quite a leery affair, I think, if it hadn't been for the fact that it was like a charity event.
Okay.
So it was a charity event for a couple of charities for multiple sclerosis sufferers and their families of loved ones who've lost people and so on. So the whole thing was for charity, like Comedia, just covered the whole lot, and the sort of 15 quid a ticket went straight to the charities.
That's nice.
Everyone involved like had some stake in that, and it just made it like a really nice event. It wasn't one of these like children in need every 5 minutes there's a kid dying.
Yeah.
It was just comedy, and it was fun. And yeah, we just got pissed up and played bingo, and the missus scooped top prize, buddy.
Oh, nice, buddy.
Yeah. So we won. She got two tickets for a spa
Was it
day.
a day out with Dave Benson Phillips?
If only, buddy. Yeah, 2 tickets for a spa day, a 3-course meal for 4 with a bottle of wine at the Brighton Hilton.
Oh, nice. Free food.
Featuring live jazz.
Oh, live jazz, not pre-recorded.
No, and tickets up the I-360, which is a big pole viewing platform thing that you can go up, sponsored by British Airways for some reason. I guess because it goes up, but hey. So yeah, we basically scooped like 350, 400 quid's worth of prize there, buddy.
Oh, nice, and only paid 30 quid.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Fucking damn right. It was brilliant. I look forward to going again next year. I had a wonderful time. We had a great weekend in general down in the Brighton town. Corbin was down there doing some sort of rally, buddy. We didn't stick around for that because we went and got a curry instead, but I'm sure he was excellent. And once again, to reinforce, fantastic place to visit, Brighton. Wouldn't want to fucking live there.
Wow.
What a weird shithole full of weirdos. Very strange. Very strange. Lots of characters, in inverted commas, would be probably widely considered nutters and murderers in any other town. But in Brighton, they're characters. So, cool. So yeah, there you go. I was away all weekend, so I didn't get the chance to do much gaming over the weekend, but I've had plenty of chance in the last few days, buddy.
Oh, good times. I love games.
Got much to talk about.
I love games. I love game at the moment.
You love game?
Game. One game.
The retailer.
Yeah. No, definitely.
No.
I love game. I'm a
one loves the
massive
retailer.
fan of the computer video game store game.
I really love their tenner a month reward scheme.
I think they're great. I love the fact that, their online store is completely separate from the physical store. I think that's awesome.
That's great. I think that they always give fair and reasonable trading figures, buddy. There.
Definitely. Yeah.
100%.
I just find their staff so knowledgeable about
They're really
the topic
knowledgeable
of video games.
Every time I go in there, they definitely don't come out with utter fucking guff that's completely wrong.
This week's podcast sponsored by Game.
Yeah, game hashtag.
Yeah, don't go there.
Don't go there. Speaking of video games, buddy.
Indeed, we are.
Should we go and talk about some of them?
Might as well.
So do you want to kick things off, buddy?
Sure. Take a
with your game that you've been playing?
The game that I've been playing this week.
Have you,
again,
perchance, been playing any Destiny 2, buddy?
I might have been playing a lot of Destiny 2. Oh, dear. I just can't get enough. I've started my 3rd character, got my hunter on the go now.
Fucking hell.
What? It's in my eyes, I see it as my kind of Master League, buddy. This is what I do. I play this game instead of like PES and stuff.
I just can't see that.
I can't see how you play PES for like 10 seasons. That's, to me, that is insane.
But they're not remotely similar concepts. Mine is
they're video games.
A traditional match of football, which is completely different every time.
But it's still the same game.
Destiny has X amount of content that you rehash over and over again. I really like it. I'm not like popping at the game.
No. But
I just don't get it. Like,
because that's it. You don't get it.
Well, it can't. I can't. I'm not having a go at the game because the game can't have unlimited content and unlimited variables. Like,
but I find the same with PES. Like, I'll play a season and I'm like, cool, done that. I don't want to go round and round again, kind of thing.
But the next, it's not going around again. It's a new season. It's different matches. All the games are different. Every single game is different. That's why I like it. With
Destiny, it's like I'm continuously getting new loot and new outfits and stuff like that. So that's why I want to go around. Where you're saying is I get new players and different teams and stuff. That's the same. The core concept is still the same, I guess.
So why watch football? Why watch any football match ever again? It's just the same, mate. You've seen it all before. It's exactly the same.
Well, that's real life, though. In a way, like surely that's different to video games.
I don't know that it is. The concept isn't. Not when it comes to football. Playing a football game or watching a football match, it's, I mean, maybe I'm giving Konami a bit of too much credit there for their simulation of football. It doesn't really matter either way. You have your game, like I think everyone has their game where they can just be like, fucking, I am comfy here. I really enjoy this. I think a lot of the best, something that Destiny and PES probably have in common in that respect is you can just sort of relax and sort of autopilot into them as well.
Yeah,
like you can just chill out. And maybe that's the best way to describe them. It's like your chill out game.
Yeah, and like you said, that's why I was comparing it to your PES, because that's the game that you love playing when
it's
you're
like
just
a flow.
Yeah, exactly. You get into it, and I'm like, yeah, cool. I can just go around and shoot dudes in the face.
Yeah.
I've just got my stats up now. 62 hours now. Doing good,
mate. That's good shit.
3 weeks in, I'm doing that.
Dedication, Holmes.
That's a lot of hours in PvE. I've racked up 3 hours in the Crucible. I don't know if anyone noticed, but earlier this week, buddy, I tweeted out one of my Crucible scores. Seems like I'm kind of a big deal in Crucible with my 18 kill streak. And my efficiency of like 7 point something. Normally, you'd get like an efficiency of like 1, 2. Not me though, mate. Fucking storming it.
And most of the rest of the players on that leaderboard had a kill streak, a efficiency of sort of 1, 2. And
exactly.
You just head and shoulders, buddy.
It's not the first time that's happened, It's happened a few times now. And I've got a fucking video clip. So there's like a kind of like a team deathmatch mode. Like you have so many lives, and then like when all your lives are done, like they win the round. So 4 in a team each. Like all my guys were dead, and they had no lives left. But there was 3 of them against 1 of me. So I was like, right, I'm fucked. I had my super, so I was like, right, I know I'm gonna use it. So I just went around this corner and crabbed down, and I knew that they were just running around together trying to find me. And I was like, if I crab down, like I don't really show up on the map, like if I don't move. And then they came around, popped my super, boom, wiped him. I was like, oh, it felt so good.
Fucking sweet, buddy.
Yeah, like I'm really, really enjoying the multiplayer on this. Like, so the simpleton, I can't remember, the casual multiplayer game modes are a bit pants because it's just like team deathmatch and stuff like that. But if you play the competitive playlist, that's where you've got your attack and defend, and also like the classic like kill them, they drop an orb, you have to go and pick it up kind of thing.
Oh yeah, like kill confirmed type thing.
Yeah, exactly, kill confirmed. And yeah, I'm loving those game modes. Like the Trials of the Nine, which is the online multiplayer, like specific, like where you get super duper loot from, is up and running now, which is cool. So I'm hopefully going to try and get in that next week with some guys from the clan, and see if I can get on a bit of a winning streak run with them, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, like I didn't really think I'd play much of the Crucible, but yeah, like this week I've really enjoyed it. It's been very good.
Fucking fair play, buddy. You're finding the fun in like every mode. That's really cool.
Like seriously, I really am finding every mode just like enjoyable. Like I got through the Nightfall thanks to like a couple of other guys from the old Dad's clan.
Nice.
Last week, and they were like, yeah, this Nightfall is just fucking stupid. Because like the end boss is just a massive bullet sponge, and you need to be there with like 8 minutes to go. So yeah, we ended up getting there with like 9 minutes to go, and fucking just like let rip on him. And like by the time we finished, like we only had like 30 seconds left. We were like fucking like, this is getting a bit close.
Man, we were never going to do that, me and Funk, like with our levels as they were. It just wasn't going to happen.
No, and these guys were like, yeah, no. Like I think I was like 270 at the time I did it. And they were like, I said, yeah, I've tried it a couple of times before, but like when you two were like 240 and I think it was like 260 or something, and they were just like, yeah, no, you can't do that one.
They've really dropped a fucking bollock there. Like there's
on that one, yeah.
Everyone
totally
is complaining about that, like all over the internet. They're really glad that the new one's kind of come in now.
Yeah. So obviously, the weekly reset happened yesterday with some retardation that we'll talk about. That happened on Monday, but we'll talk about that later anyway. I've done an hour of the raid. I got to do the gauntlet bit. So if you don't know about this is I'm trying to think how to describe it. So 4 of you are in a circle in the middle. There's loads of people, and then like 2 of you are in a ring around the outside of the circle. And what you have to do, you have to run this orb round clockwise, but each time you go, there's like 4 points, and at each point there's like a Connect 4 board. So there's loads of rings, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have to, like, there's a red ring. You have to tell, like, your fire team, like, if it's top, middle, or bottom. So then they have to, like, shoot something. And then a little orb appears there, and you have to grab the orb. And you have to go, like, you have to do 3 full circuits. And then, like, dunk the ball back in the middle. And, like, I was like, this is so mental. Like, I'd never experienced anything like it. But I was like, this is, like ultimate like team play cooperation, because everyone's got to be on the ball. Like you can't be messing about, because like to activate it 2 people have to shoot the same thing at the same time. So I'm like, right, top, so they have to shoot like the bottom and the middle kind of thing at the same time for the top to kind of come clear so I can jump through it. And yeah, unfortunately I like we got past that bit and then I had to leave, so I was pretty pissed. But well, that whole space, the raid, the Leviathan, it looks amazing. And all the enemies are all decked out all differently. And there's different enemies there as well, which is quite surprising. Because I went into this completely blind, not knowing... I haven't done any research or anything on it. But I definitely will now, so I don't look like a massive chump when I turn up next time. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Like, it's cool. And then, obviously, the faction rallies have popped out. But I think we'll talk about that a bit later as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about those later on. So we'll save that for a little while, I think.
So Destiny 2, I think I'm up to like a 275 or something now on one of mine, and 270 on the other one. But my hunter's like he's only like level 5 or something, not even power level or anything yet. So yeah, man, I could play this game all day. Like I think there's so much in this game that wasn't. I'm sure. I'll give it another like couple of weeks. When I've finished the raid, then I'll be like, yeah, I'm done with this until the next content comes out. But up until then, yeah, I'll play it constantly, I think.
I mean, there's just so much
for
there.
Everyone.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Like, it's brilliant that it hasn't disappointed you, because I know that you had such high hopes.
Yeah, man, seriously.
And I'm just really pleased that it has come through for you.
I mean, obviously, it's not everyone's cup of tea. You know, like, people find games that they love, like you say. And yeah, this is just like a game that I'm very much happy just to go in and, like, I'll just go and do some Lost Sectors on my own, or just join in public events. I'll just go and run around and just do stuff, because the majority of the time just doing anything in that game is progressing, which is the best thing about that game. Like, for like the content creators of like Destiny, you know, they're complaining because there's no like, you know, end game grind and stuff like that. But like, I don't want that. I want to go in there, and every time I play that game, I want to be progressing. I want, like, even if it's just like one power level. Like last night I played for like 3 hours. I only went up by 1, but I'm like, that's cool. I don't mind. I had fun doing like whatever I was doing. But yeah, I don't know, for like a casual hardcore, that's the term I'm going for.
No, I think that's fair. I think that's right.
I think they've absolutely nobbled this game, and yeah, I'm going to be interested in like what kind of DLC stuff's going to be coming out, if they're going to be doing anything in between then and now. It's cool. Very good game.
Fucking sweet, buddy.
And I'll stop now.
No, it's hard because there's so much to talk about. But I mean, I took a break this week.
Yeah, but another good thing is like when you guys want to jump back in, like it
it's scalable. It doesn't matter that you're ahead of us.
No, it doesn't.
Absolutely.
Again, we'll talk about this later because we've got some fucking street beat this week, buddy. And
we wanted to know, and we will.
Where we do. So yeah, I'll come back to it there again. So everyone knows that there's loads more Destiny talk to come. So unlucky. Yeah. So let's take a break from that, buddy. And what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing, firstly, get the poultry nonsense out of the way. Wild Pants, is coming up. That's something that we've stuck into together. Got some PES, got some Project Cars. Firstly, Uncharted, the original Uncharted.
I loaded this up actually as well because, Destiny was down for a little while.
Yeah, that will happen on a weekly basis.
On a weekly basis,
for hours.
Yeah, but
that's reasonable. We'll talk about that later.
So I loaded up Uncharted 1 and played like half an hour of it. Fuck me, that game looks well good.
It looks nice, doesn't it? Because it's 60.
Really smooth. It's like fuck me, this is awesome. Like, I mean, like the draw distance and stuff isn't the best, obviously, but it's so good. It's really cool.
It's a great remaster. It does what it does really well. And that 60 frames, the fact that it's absolutely rock solid. Yeah, it's totally cool.
It's all about the frame rate, buddy.
We must be sort of 85% through it now. And it's been a mixture of fun and annoying.
Have you played the first one? You've played the first one before, haven't you?
I played the first one and the second one and the third one on...
PlayStation Now, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. I played all three of them before they were remastered. I bet this is
nice for you.
On PS Now. Obviously, this is a little bit nicer than that. So, it's really fun. There's loads of problems with it, and all of them are historical issues with the way games were made when the game came out. Yeah, rather than bollock dropping, I'd say.
Definitely.
Too many firefights. Lots of games suffer from that in that era where they think that it's just got to be shooty bang bang
all the time.
And a little bit arduous in places, and a few too many times where jumps don't work or you fly off something and so on. But all in all, a fantastic experience. Miles ahead of its time in terms of like story and acting when it launched. And again, I have to say, this Nathan Drake collection is a fantastic remaster of these games, and it's a pleasure to go through them again. Really fun. So so that's Uncharted.
For a game that's 10 years old.
Absolutely, stands up really, really well. And again, like so used to playing older games now that really graphically it doesn't bother me. It just doesn't. It doesn't bother me at all.
You should, if you want to play an old game, buddy, you should download the Skate 3 demo.
Skate 3 hashtag.
Skate 3 hashtag. I think that'd be worth your time.
Probably would be worth my time. Might have to do that. Yeah.
Do it.
Sweet as the punch. So, so that's Uncharted. PES 2018. I have been playing a fair bit of PES, but I've been kind of tempered with it because I've been waiting for someone to create some decent kits and so on and so forth.
Have we got an update on that yet?
Yes, we do. So
get it.
The website, is it PES World? I'm just going to head there just to make sure that I'm right.
I always find the website, I think it was this one from last year, like fucking horrible. It's a terrible.
Yeah, it's not a great website. It's hard to sort of navigate about. But yeah, PES World is PES World, pesworld.co.uk. If you head there, then they're doing it league by league, so they're not making everyone wait for a fully featured pack. And also, there are fully featured packs available, but even those are kind of incomplete, and it's pretty messy, kind of importing all of them at once, and then, if an iteration is made or if a new one comes out or whatever, then you kind of don't know where you are. You have to sort of wipe and kind of start over, and that's what we sort of discovered last time round. So this is a really elegant way of doing it. You can do it league by league. So
Oh, that's
The other evening, I just I downloaded the Premier League pack, which comes with all of the kits and team names corrected, a few player faces, all the badges, pictures of all of the official stadiums, and pictures of all of the managers. And you just pop that in a folder on a flash drive that you've formatted to FAT32 in a folder called WEPES. In capitals. You just chuck it in there, unzipped all of the files, and you can literally just import all of them and just hit go, and it just wipes
Churns
all
it
of
way
the
through.
Yeah, you don't have to do
Nice.
anything else except the badges for the leagues, so like the Premier League badge,
yeah,
and
I remember doing
which
that.
small price to pay.
Yeah,
But so I've been doing it league by league. I've got England sorted. I've got Spain, League 1 and League 2. I've got the French league is fully licensed. The second one isn't, so I think they're still working on that one. I've got Serie A now as well. And you can also quite easily this year replace the fictional team leagues like the PES league and I think it's PAU league. You can replace those really easily this time round. So, for example, you know, if you want like the Turkish league in there or anything like that, full MLS.
I'm trying to remember. Was it
Chinese
like
Super
the
League
Netherlands ones or something last year? I can't remember what it was.
Or the K League.
Yeah.
They traditionally don't always have the Bundesliga in there. You can
that was
just
it, wasn't
load
it?
that
Yeah,
in.
last year was I had the Bundesliga in there, I think.
Yeah, and that's really nice. But the bottom line is it's very, very simple to do. So, I've played some online co-op with numpties on that game, and now I have finally started my Master League with Fulham. They've made a few changes to the way that the league system kind of works, but for the most part, it kind of looks more like a fascia upgrade rather than any actual sort of big features.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more user-friendly, and it looks like there's a few different options than last time round. The main big difference, I think, or at least big feature, is there's now a challenge mode. So you can set the difficulty when you start Master League to standard or challenge, and the challenge mode is supposed to simulate sort of real-world events. For example, if you lose like 4 or 5 games in a row in the Premier League, you're likely to get the sack. You'll have star players. If they're performing well, then you'll struggle to keep hold of them, tying them down to new contracts and stuff.
Really? Even if you're smashing it and stuff?
Yeah. In the same way that, you know, Spurs and Liverpool might struggle to keep hold of players, that they might lose to Madrid and Barca. There's lots of ridiculous politics around football that most people who listen to this probably don't give a shit about, but it does its best to simulate those.
Yeah.
So other than that, very much of a muchness. Need to. I was going to start the My Club mode because I thought it might be something we could use online, but I think I'm going to probably hold off on that until perhaps Funk and PJ take the plunge and buy it.
Okay.
Because I think as a 2, we're probably better off just playing as teams that exist already.
Standard teams. Yeah, I'm cool with that. And all the kits that you've imported obviously work in that game mode as well, and every other game mode, which is awesome.
Every mode looks really nice. It's just fantastic. Really is. It's a lovely game. Just a lovely game to play. Really nice and quite relaxing, quite challenging because the AI is much better. Goalkeepers are a bit flaky still, but all in all, really good.
Yeah, definitely agree with pretty much everything you say there, buddy.
Gibbons B.
Apart from the stuff that I haven't obviously played.
Yeah, well, we'll get there.
Because I don't know.
It's been bloody gorgeous recently with the games that have come out. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, and the worrying thing is, I feel like that's it.
It is getting that
I feel
way.
like we're done now.
Yeah.
Which is sad. But I don't know. You never know. We might... Thinking about Assassin's Creed now, buddy.
I did say a little while ago, I think that's probably going to be a really good game.
Yeah, and you put that in my head, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that could be a really good game.
The more I see, the more I'm like, man, it looks like they've really tried to address many of the things I hate about it this time round.
But we'll see what it's like when it comes out, because classic Ubisoft, buddy.
Oh, yeah, Ubisoft. Standard.
What else have you been up to, buddy? Or what have you been playing?
The other one, big one, Project Cars 2, which I was massively excited for.
He's a big fan.
huge fan. And I really had the chance to get stuck in over the last couple of nights.
Nice.
Just I'm getting balls deep in this.
Yeah, man.
So we had a very brief go of it on game night. I think I only had a couple of races with you, but me and Funk played 3 or 4 before that. And I was struggling hard.
Yes.
Like, I was finding it nigh on impossible not to spin every single lap.
Those rallycross races were fucking awesome.
They were brilliant, and they were grippy, and they weren't an issue. But anything with any sort of power, I was flying into the wall.
Have you rectified that? Just by being better, or have you changed some settings or something?
It's a settings thing is the reason.
Okay, cool.
But it does kind of ask more questions than it answers. So the default setting when you buy the game is for the assists to be on authentic mode. So authentic mode is whatever that car has or hasn't, that's what you've got.
Right, okay. So if it hasn't got like ABS or anything, then you've got to...
And most racing cars don't necessarily have like full traction control and stuff because it slows them down. So
of course.
The road cars and those rallycross cars, obviously they do have things like, anti-lock brakes and so on.
That would make sense.
And that's why we were able to drive them with such skill and precision. But if you get into a BMW GT3, then you will fuck it into the wall.
You will die
more often than not.
You will die.
Yeah, exactly. So what I did was I set the settings from authentic to low.
Okay.
Which sets your traction control, your anti-lock brakes, sets both of those from whatever the car would or wouldn't have to always being on at least low. And now I'm as good as I was on the last game, basically.
Nice. I would do the same then.
So, yeah, it's good. But having said that, having raced like 15 races with it on authentic, it now feels a little bit easy.
Oh.
Because I kind of started to
get
it a little bit.
I get you. Okay.
And I'm thinking, well, I'd probably be faster with the assists off if I could master it.
Yeah.
And so now I don't really know what to do.
I will definitely be having the assists on.
Yeah, and probably worth... I know PJ was asking on game night because he... quite sort of reasonably hasn't been picking up every game we've been picking up recently because he basically gets on for like 3 hours a week maximum.
Yeah, true.
But he did want to know whether he'd be able to just jump on and in a sort of casual, sort of not much practice kind of way have a really good time on this game. Yeah. The answer is 100% yes if you do want to take the plunge.
Because I'm not going to deny it. I like to have the braking lines on, buddy, on that game because, like you say, it's different with F1 because obviously we've played those fucking circuits to death on the countless iterations of F1. So I know those circuits. Obviously, they're going to throw a new one in there every now and again, throw the spanner in the works. So I'm like, shit, I need to learn where the braking points are, which is cool because it brings something new to the table. But with this game, because there's so many different, types of track, and also the added bonus of the weather, snow comes to mind. I'm and the fact that I will just play this pretty much on a game night. I might load it up maybe once or twice apart from that, but I haven't got the time to stick in the hours and stuff. I clearly have got the time, but I'm gonna be. I'm busy. Don't judge me. So it's not a game that I would load up myself on my own and play. But so I will be having those assists on when they work, I believe. I don't know if they are working yet or not because I was having issues on game night with that.
Yeah, in terms of the wing mirror appearing and the racing line appearing, the wing mirror thing is a glitch that they're working on. The braking line, they launched the game with the braking line set to, it's just called the braking line, but it's only supposed to be on for the bends.
Yeah.
because they didn't see the point of having
On a straight.
just the racing line on a straight.
Exactly. What's the point?
But they've had loads of people complaining about that, and they're addressing it now.
No.
But they're only addressing it because they had to fix the glitch anyway. That means that sort of 30-40% of the time, the braking line doesn't appear at all, whether it's on or off. And there's loads of shitty bugs in this game, by the way.
Yeah.
One of the most annoying ones being that in the career mode, I'm in the Ginetta Juniors as a starting point.
Great car.
It's a wonderful car. You get I did like a 10-minute qualifying session, in which I put in a lap that was 2 seconds faster than the computer.
Nice.
With 20 seconds to go in the qualifying session, i.e. no time for anyone to put any more laps in.
Yeah.
I hit the start menu and went return to garage. It fast forwarded to the end of the session, and I was last on the grid 5 seconds behind the car second to last. Like, this is a massive bug, and it was present in the first game. Like, it's really lame. Some of the bugs in here are fucking shitty, but bottom line, I love this game. It's absolutely...
They've done such a really good overhaul.
It's amazing.
The menus and like the music and everything in there just seems like, okay, yeah, this is a big boy racing game now.
It's got everything.
Not like that, because the original one was like a fantastic sim racing game, but like they've stepped up everything else as well, which is kind of what I wanted out of this game.
It looks lovely. They've worked really hard on the menus and the way that everything works. They've got fantastic settings. For example, in multiplayer, you can choose race discipline now as one of the main options, and that will give you the cars and tracks specific to that discipline. That's not to say that you can't mix and match, but if you want to do rallycross tracks and rallycross cars, you can set it to rallycross mode. It will load up the rulebook for rallycross, provide you with just cars suitable for rallycross tracks and the rallycross tracks themselves.
Nice.
If you change that to IndyCar or Formula A or whatever, then it will do that accordingly.
It'll do it for it, yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
Me and Funk took the Formula Rookie cars around a dirt track the other night.
How did that go?
Well, for us, it went reasonably okay because we are humans.
Yeah.
The computer didn't do quite so well. We actually did, that Liddon Hill track that was on Dirt Rally as well. We went around that in go-karts. and
that's a really nice simple track, to be honest, isn't it?
Yeah, but except half of it's gravel and you're in a go-kart.
Yeah. Was that fun?
It's fucking hilarious.
Did you have to do the Joker?
Yeah, you did. You did have to do the Joker. It's dumb. It's really funny.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
It's just really enjoyable. So many different cars, so many great tracks, and the weather is fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal. Not just the way it looks, but the way it behaves. I was doing Silverstone in a Ginetta GT3.
Yeah.
And Pittman came over the radio and said the skies are going to open in a couple of minutes, and it started coming down and it got heavier and heavier, and I put my lights on and my wipers on, and then that hanger straight, that really long sort of straight in the middle of the Silverstone Grand Prix, it started pooling. The water started pooling at the edges as I was going round, and around the rumbles you could see the puddles forming, and then it got wetter and wetter, and suddenly the puddles started forming in the middle of the track, like on the racing line, and you can really see them, and they're really deep, and you feel it in the wheel. You just aquaplane. And I've never known a game to recreate that so brilliantly. Like, genuinely, I'm flying down the hanger straight at 140 miles an hour, and I'm having to lift for the puddles like I'm on the motorway in real life.
That's cool.
Genuinely, like, you have to lift. It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant simulation with all of the assists required to make it decent and reasonable for semi-experienced racing fans. I can't speak for the controller support. I hear it is quite bad, but not as bad as the first game. But all in all, it's just my dream game, and I've been pumping the hours in this week, just really enjoying it.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a bit of a gush for you there, buddies, and we should probably move on. Very quickly, probably mention old Ghost Recon Wild Pants 4v4 mode, the Ghost War open beta, which has been something of a revelation, buddy. This is really fucking good, isn't it?
Shockingly good. I did not expect this. I completely wrote this off because of obviously Wild Pants, and it's, well, nothingness really that was there really. Yeah, but no,
boring.
This is this has kind of turned the tides. It kind of reminds me of like a stealthier version of. Do you remember the Advanced Warfighter multiplayer?
Yeah,
it was like a 4-on-4 kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But obviously, this is, more traditional Ghost Recon, I would say. Like the old, the original, what was it, just 1 and 2, I think it was. You remember when, what was it, like very early 360? Oh, mate,
yeah,
I'm just getting lost.
They
now.
were. The first one was very, very early 360, like sort of maybe 07, something like that. Very sort of po-faced, but really sound mechanics, and that's what this has got. When you restrict the play area, and it's just 4v4, it's just really enjoyable. You can work really hard as a team. You still got your UAV and everything. But the thing that I think is an absolute masterstroke is the fact that until everyone is dead, no one can die. The fact that you can always be picked up, just keeps it so
Can you
tense.
not shoot them while they're down?
No.
Oh, I thought you could.
I don't think so, because why? Because if you could, I would have been doing that.
I don't know. I didn't try.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. There we go. Then.
I emptied a whole magazine into someone,
and he was still all right. Well, there you go.
Writhing about. Yeah.
When you're dead, you're dead, or not dead.
You're not dead.
I don't know. You're not dead.
No.
Until you're.
So you
dead.
can be 4-on-1, and the one can.
Yeah.
Pick
go
everyone
around
up
and pick all of his mates up. Yeah. That's true.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how well it's going to be received. I mean, obviously, we're going to get this because we've got the game. So, fuck it. We haven't got to buy it.
And I think that with a reasonable price cut on the full game, then they could sell a lot of copies this way.
Yeah.
Because it really is good. And I think it's a masterstroke from them making it a standalone free-to-try beta like they've done.
Yeah, obviously trying to get... I mean, there hasn't been great numbers, though, in that PS4 beta. There was only like 200 people or something playing it at the time.
Yeah, and
a couple of times we've been on.
I don't feel like they've marketed it particularly well.
No, I don't either.
I think a lot of people just don't know it's there.
Yeah, it's an odd one. I don't know. Yeah.
Very strange.
Very strange. But yeah, enjoyable. I definitely want to give it a go again. Like, try it a few more times.
I really like it. And when PJ busts a gut to somehow manage to get on for an hour or so in the week, then you know a game is compelling. And exactly. That's exactly what happened this week.
Gibbons.
Sweet. So yeah, that was a fair old bit of game talk there, buddy. Kind of filling our quota.
Just first, before you go, buddy, we haven't asked the question, what are you drinking tonight?
I can't believe I overlooked that incredibly important thing. That's really not cricket.
It's not, mate.
I am drinking Coors Light.
Oh, nice.
Because I fancied a bit of a smooth one.
Nice.
Done a lot of speaking today. I spent several hours on the phone to Veeam support today.
Sounds important.
Incredibly so, buddy. Incredibly so. So yeah, went for a smooth one, buddy. Think I know the answer to this, buddy, but what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking Shipyard, but went to Morrison's earlier today and they had a 5-litre keg of it for £13. And I was like, hello. I love you, thank you very much. So yeah, I've got a little keg of fucking Shipyard. It's amazing. I love it. I might have to go back and get a couple more, like save some for Christmas or something.
Yeah, man. I'm well jealous of that. I don't know where my nearest Morrison's is, but I may be looking that up because... there
used to be one right in...
Yeah, it's not there now. It's the Range.
Yeah, it's the Range, mate. Great shop, though.
Great shop.
Great shop.
For garden furniture and so on. And anything from JML.
And JML, yeah. Yeah. Love that.
And fairy lights. and trampolines.
What about clickers, buddy? Is that where you get your clickers from?
No, I didn't get my clickers from there. No sign of clickers in there. Is there a specific
clicker shop?
It's Robert Dias is where you want your clickers, buddy. Robert Dias.
Nice.
Kitchenware and clickers. That's how it's done. Sweet. Let's move forwards.
Go on then.
And now it's time for the news. Not sure how well my voice is going to do for the whole of this episode.
We'll be fine. We'll wrap it up in a bit.
Firstly, this is probably pointless, at least in the context of today, but going forward it might be of value to our listeners, so I thought I'd bring it up anyway. There's a problem being reported, number one, by the way, number wang. There's a problem being reported with PSN. A lot of people thought it was down in the UK today, and it turns out that it wasn't down. It was a problem specific to Virgin Media customers.
Yay, that's me.
You're one of those.
They're the best.
It was also specific to certain areas as well. Virgin have kind of got this quickly rising pedigree to try and gate gamers behind higher paid services. They're probably the UK's Comcast, I suppose you could probably consider them. And they have fucked the biscuit on many occasions, buddy, as you well know.
Countless times I've been fucked over by these guys.
Well, apparently they made some sort of update which fucked everything and stopped PSN users from being able to connect to PSN today. I think that this is resolved now.
I don't know.
They promised that it would be up by 8. And I think that they would have suffered so much ire if it hadn't been, that I don't think they would have promised that unless they were certain. I can't see anything on Twitter about it now, so I'm presuming everyone's just gone back to playing Destiny 2.
Nice.
People only complain when there's the problem. They tend not to tweet when it's resolved, I've found. Anyway, regardless of that, I thought it was worth mentioning because some people found a workaround, and this is a universal workaround for any time you have ISP issues rather than PSN specific issues. Now, basically, your PlayStation, you can make changes manually to the way that the connection works on there, and one of the things that you can change is the DNS settings. That's domain name server, kind of the internet's address book, and your connection will default to your service provider's DNS settings, but you can put your own in, and most people, because they're one of the biggest fucking companies on earth, tend to use Google as their sort of standard.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, if you need some DNS settings that aren't your ISP's one, you can damn well put Google in there, and you probably won't lose any speed, or certainly nothing major, or certainly on it.
While we're talking about DNS, just a little thing. If anyone listening has got little kids and they have like tablets and stuff, there is actually like a DNS setting that you can put in to like block certain websites as well, like adult content and things like that. Which, you know, just Google it if you want to do it.
It's really handy. Really
yeah, man.
handy.
Seriously, I mean, like. Fucking the internet these days is crazy, full of weird porn and stuff. I mean, I watch it on a daily basis.
Gammons, buddy, we're doing research to make sure we know it's there.
Yeah, and, you know, I need to be like, that's not safe for my kid, so
yeah.
I better try and block that.
And who knows what my excuse is, but absolutely, yeah.
Wow, you're helping me out, obviously.
That's what it is, yep.
But yeah, I just thought, well, you know, DNS, talking about that, just put that in. So yeah, use Google's one. They're
use
fine.
Google's. For primary, set it to 8.8.8.8, and for secondary, set it to 8.8.4.4. And all of the people who were unable to get connected, who were Virgin Media customers today, anyone who did that was able to get on. So always that should always be the first thing you try in a situation where you can't get on and you know it's not the actual service's fault.
Indeed.
So there we go.
Nice.
Let's move on, buddy. Number 2. Everybody is talking about Destiny 2 factions. So that's the first part of my number 2, buddy. Guru Ash, what's the scoop on factions?
So, yeah, the factions, if anyone played Destiny 1 enough, the factions, there's 3 factions. Space Goths, Monarchy people, and Future War cunts or something. Who cares?
Pretty sure that's exactly it.
Yeah, that is their names.
Yep.
Pretty much choose whichever one you want. They all have their different beliefs, but who gives a really fucking shit? It's a computer game. But if you want to go into it, the Space Goths.
I wish someone had walked into Bungie HQ when they first started making Destiny and just said that. It would have solved a lot of problems going forward with their fucking lore.
True. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to go into some of the lore right now, just quickly. The Future War cult.
Read me some grimoire, buddy.
I'm going to summarize it in my stupid ways. Future War cult. They want to just fight everything. They're ready for a fight. They're like, come and join us. We'll fight. We're gonna fight. The Dead Orbit, which are the Space Goths, they want to run away and cry because like they're namby-pamby.
Fucking, they want to burn down Hot Topic and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just want to listen to the Smiths and whatever. And New Monarchy, they seem to be like really nice with their rules, but then the last one is if we get in charge, we're gonna just rule. We'll just have one person to rule them all.
Overthrow the government and put a king in.
Yeah.
Which,
so they tried to get Vuvuzela to be their whatever king or whatever it is.
Yeah, and he was like, "Fuck you, McNulty."
He was like, "Fuck you, McNulty. I'm a fucking guardian of the light."
Guardians.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do his voice. It's so weird.
I don't know how they do it. So there you go. What the new thing really that they've added this time is, you get to pick which one you want, and then this week, whichever faction generates the most like faction tokens. So you get faction tokens for doing pretty much anything. Lost sectors, public events, loads. I got like 40 yesterday for just fucking about doing nothing. I was like, cool, that's nice. And whichever one gets the most, they have a gun. Each faction has a gun. I should have started with that. And whichever faction wins, you can buy that gun for 1,000 glimmer. If not, you have to spend 50,000 glimmer. I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, I've got glimmer out the fucking wazoo, buddy.
Yeah,
so,
it seems reasonable, to be honest.
But my plan is to get, 3 characters in 3 factions, and then I'm like, fuck you, game. Do it my way.
All the good shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Faction rallies, buddy. More content in it. More stuff to fucking go out and do and try and get that shiny, shiny armor, because I've joined the New Monarchy with my Titan, and I want that shiny armor. That's one of my goals now, is to get that fucking ridiculous shiny regal armor.
Fair play, buddy. And fair play to Bungie for keep adding more and more compelling content in there as well. Has to be said.
But it did come with a price, buddy, didn't it?
Yeah, and it keeps coming with a price. And I think it's one of the funny narratives when someone really loves a game is when someone else is complaining about it. That person almost feels like they have to defend it. Like, I think obviously you're super balanced, but you know what I mean. When I attack Destiny 2, I almost feel like I'm having a pop at you, which is stupid.
You are.
But fuck you and your fucking game. But yeah, people are starting to get a bit sick of these downtime.
It's been like the first week it happened, it was down for like 6 hours or 8 hours, I can't remember. And I was like, fair dues. First week they're trying to get shit done. Fuck it, they're bringing out the raid or something. Cool, all right, I'll allow that. Next week they did it in like 3 hours. I was like, that's better. This is what it should be each time. They should be undercutting that time. Now this week they've fucking gone over by another 2 hours, making it an 8 hour fucking down. Like, if you add up that, I don't know what it is. It's like a day of Destiny gone.
And this is an always online game. You can't play it if it's offline.
No, exactly. You have to connect to the servers to even log in. like that a day in like what under a month of release. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, in a game that you're hoping that people get kind of obsessive about, make it part of their sort of daily routine.
Definitely am.
Like, which is fine, but it pisses me off. I keep reading that it was down for another 8 hours. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I thought that they learned from the mistakes they made first time round, where they were using the fucking Reach engine, and as such they had to leave computers on for like 5 days to upload maps and shit. And obviously that was ridiculous. Like, they had a problem with the whole pipeline there. I'm starting to think that this is another fucking retarded thing that Bungie have done. And time will tell, and hopefully this isn't going to be like 8 hours every, like, and the fact that they don't
be, but who knows?
They don't stunt it. Like, it's fucking right in the like prime time in the UK. You know, they've overrun past the end of school time, past the end of work time, up to sort of 8-9 p.m. at night. It's just not cool. It's not cool. Like, and I don't even, I didn't lose any time playing it for it being down this week, but every time I see it, I'm like, for fuck's sake, get your shit together. What's going on?
I had a fucking nightfall organised for 8 o'clock when the servers were meant to come back up. Just like, I was like, right, I was in the chat on the Dad clan. We were like, yeah, let's do this, 8 o'clock, servers up, fucking nightfall. I'm like, I'm there, buddies, fucking do it, loot, fucking stupid game. Denied. So much abuse was thrown around in that chat channel. It was great.
Just if this is how they were always planning on doing it, then they have far less respect for their user base than I thought they did. That's all I'm saying. There we go. Time will tell. Seems all pretty unreasonable though from them, if you ask me.
Definitely is. I cannot disagree with that more. It's fucking clown shoes. Terrible. Bad service.
Not cricket.
It's not what I paid for, buddy.
Gibbons. Let's move on to something that is far better news, and that is the video game voice acting strike is finally over. It's been going for so long, I think most people forgot about it. It's been 340-day strike.
Yeah, I remember when this, like, well, it's like a year ago, isn't it? I remember when like it all kicked off. It's like, oh no, voice actors, blah, and then nothing.
Yeah.
And now we're back.
Yeah, we are.
Round 2, or end of round 1. Who knows?
So, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of ire and backlash from people who were fairly uninformed when it first happened, because they're kind of like, oh, you're involved in video games, like, you bet you paid really well, like, fuck you, kind of thing. Yeah. And that wasn't really cricket, because an industry is an industry and people should be paid for what they do. This has finally been sorted now. Terms have been agreed. The Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, or SAG-AFTRA, their members are now... It really rolls off the tongue, buddy.
Fucking, yeah.
One of the gold system lords there, I think.
Yeah.
Free to start working again for the 11 major video game companies that they were striking against. These included Activision, EA, Insomniac, Take-Two, Warner Brothers. Of course it was Warner Brothers. The disagreement featured 4 major points. Transparency for better negotiating of contracts. Prevention of vocal stress from long recording sessions. Stunt coordinators to be on hand at performance capture sets. And secondary pay based on sales of a video game.
It's that last one that's the key.
Like crazy. Previously, voice actors were made to sign NDAs, sometimes never actually even found out what game they were voicing. I read a crazy article on Eurogamer a little while ago about that. One of the guys who recorded the I can't remember his name now, but the main baddie for Fallout 4 never found out that he was the main baddie in Fallout 4. Like,
that's
it was
crazy.
It was only when a fellow voice actor sort of sussed it out from his lines what game it was, and then like rang him and was like, this is the game that you appeared in. Like, it's just crazy. And the idea that he wouldn't receive any sort of commission based on sales, pretty mental. The story goes that he was like called back like 4 or 5 times as they kept writing new lines and stuff.
Did you see that there's the Game of the Year Fallout 4 out now?
Yeah, I didn't actually put it in out this week because I don't tend to include that sort of thing.
No. I just saw it today when I was on the store and I was like, fucking bollocks.
I've still got that installed.
I deleted it yesterday because I ran out of space on my 3 terabytes of fucking hard drive space.
I keep assuming that one day I will load it up and end up playing it for like 40 hours. But
I've come to the conclusion that fuck that game.
I think
Especially
I
with
think
like
you're right.
the Bethesda's Creative Club thing and everything now. I'm just like, no, fuck that game.
Yeah. Nuts. Absolutely
Yeah,
nuts.
But good news for people that talk on video games, buddy. Good news.
Really good news. And bad news for the voice actors who were not part of the guild and therefore given a bit of a chance, I suppose, because the big boys are coming back. But, you know, overall it's good for everyone and it'll help with, you know, equality and correct pay and so on in the future. So glad that's over, and hopefully voice acting will go from strength to strength now, because I'm very demanding in that regard. So yeah, thanks very much, mate.
Gibbons.
Right, next. Warner Brothers issues lengthy apology for Shadow of War Orc Slayer DLC bungle. We covered this a while ago.
This was a horrible story in a way.
It
was a nice thought, but the way they went about it was... Ugh. No.
Yeah, agreed. It was really shitty. This was Mike Forgy, used to work and on the project, died during the making of the project. They decided to make him an Orc Slayer in the game, and then it was decided that would be sold. Anyway, you probably know the story. It was fucking everywhere. We covered it. Everyone covered it. It's been pulled down from the store and put back up as free content. Warner Brothers will be issuing refunds to anyone who paid for it, and that will be an automatic process. You don't need to apply for a refund if you paid for that. They will also be making a large donation to several charities and the family of Mike, which is cool. And they issued the statement: "We now recognise that tying our donation to sales of the DLC was not the best way to achieve our goal of offering financial support to the family and creating a lasting memory for Michael Forgy. We sincerely apologise to the fans and to the Forgy family for the confusion we created." So, I mean, yeah.
No shit.
Don't know how it got there.
We're
I don't know how
really sorry.
it got there.
We tried to fucking make money off this dead guy. And then pass it off as, we're doing something nice for his family, but no, we're actually just money-grabbing cunts.
Absolutely crazy.
Jesus.
I've no doubt that when it was suggested in the first place that hearts were in the right place.
We're in the right place, but then
it could not have been bungled more.
Terrible.
And I suppose we give them credit for the decisions that they've made now.
Well, no, because they're just trying to look like good guys.
Yeah, they should never have been in this position.
No, exactly.
Any common sense at any point, and this wouldn't have happened. But either way, it has now been corrected, at least. So there we go. Finally, from me, buddy, the new Atari box. It's properly announced now. We mentioned it before, and how stupid it was.
Gibbons.
So it is a sleek, low-powered Linux PC with a wood finish, buddy. It looks really nice. I will give them that, design-wise.
It's a stylish console.
It looks nice. It will retail at between $250 and $300.
Of course it will.
Which is the most ridiculous, stupid, hilarious thing I've heard all week. Let's be clear on this, by the way, buddy. Atari is paying for the production of this with a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo, and I just don't understand any of this at all. This thing apparently is going to be loaded with a load of old Atari games. It may or may not be able to do other things as well. They've given no real insight into what's going to be in the box at this point. They've just said it will have an AMD processor, it will have a specific graphics card. It's all just ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, $300 for what essentially something that you'd expect a Raspberry Pi to be able to do for 20 quid.
Yeah, I don't know. I
must be able to do loads of other stuff.
There's got to be some kind of USP or whatever to this thing. Have they got developers under the hood?
I don't know.
We're gonna bring out these games. They're gonna be fucking amazing.
No idea. All I know is that's a lot of money, and to to put that price tag on something you're crowdfunding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely ridiculous. Just crazy. Who knows, mate? Nuts.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nuts. But it does look nice. I will say that for it. Anyway, that's me, buddy. That's my news. So I think it's time to hand over to you for my favourite section, of course. That's Ash's news. Favourite things of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's news favourite thing of the week.
Cheers, buddy. This week, not a lot going on. PUBG devs threaten further action over Fortnite and their Battle Royale game mode.
Do you see?
Nothing's going to happen there.
They said it was an homage to...
Yeah.
That's not how copyright works. I can't release a cover of a Dylan song and be like, oh yeah, this is my tribute to the man. Because they'll be like, well, no, that's his.
But it's a game mode. How can you be like, yeah, no, this is our... How can you copyright a game mode?
I agree.
I don't understand.
You can't. You can't, and I don't see where PUBG's coming from here at all, except Fortnite, except Epic came out and specifically said that they were ripping off PUBG.
Yeah, exactly.
So they've completely, chucked themselves under the bus. No, 100 people against each other, last man standing, is not a game mode you can copyright. No, absolutely not.
But then, I was listening to the Bombcast earlier, and, then they're like, well, can't, the people that made the film Battle Royale sue PUBG for stealing their idea?
Exactly.
It's fucking what?
They didn't come up with the idea.
No,
fucking
exactly.
PUBG. I don't know. I do wonder, and this might be jumping the gun slightly, but you see that sort of revenue coming in, you're breaking all sorts of records on Steam.
Yeah.
Is it not possible in the same way of a Hollywood movie style rags to riches pop star that they might have got a bit big for their fucking boots?
Yeah.
Is that
is
that
exactly
fair?
What's happened. They're like, hey, we've got some dollar bills to throw around. Let's fucking do it. We'll be like, fuck you guys. We're number one.
Yeah, I mean... Probably don't pick a fight with Epic Games, though.
Yeah, the people that are fucking whatever, aren't they using their engine or something? I don't know.
I believe so.
Fucking stupid. Isn't it?
I believe so, buddy.
So yeah, Fortnite's Battle Royale is out now and it's free to play. So you can download the Fortnite game and launch it. But if you haven't got a pass, you can play the free battleground bit, but not the main game. It's very confusing. I was searching for that. I thought it was going to be like a standalone thing on Tuesday when it came out, but no, it's literally just download the Fortnite game and
that is an unlocked mode.
Yeah, which is a bit confusing, but yeah, it's out. And I haven't seen. I mean, I've seen publicity for it, but not how to find it. I just thought that was odd.
It is odd.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that
Either
game's
way,
out now.
I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
Yeah, man.
Really
I've got
don't
it all
care
installed and ready, so whenever we want to play it, buddy, I'm good to go.
Gibbons, and I don't care what PUBG thinks about their copyright.
No, and plus this game's got some sort of building mechanic and stuff or whatever, and cool stuff and bits and bobs. Who knows? Should be fun though. Right.
Just crazy.
FIFA 18 has a 10-hour trial available to EA and Origin Access members on PC and Xbox One, buddy. So you could play through the, what's it called? The vision, the story.
It's
Oh.
It is worth noting, and I know what you're thinking here, you could play through the, I can't remember what it's fucking called either, the Alex Hunter thing.
Yeah. The story.
The Journey.
The Journey.
It's called The Journey. Last year, about 4 months after FIFA 17 came out, they made the 10-hour trial. They moved it from just EA Access members to everyone. So you could download it and you could play it. Maybe it wasn't 3 months after, maybe it was several more months than that. Either way, When they made that free to everyone, I downloaded it and I played it. And what I found was they had gated that mode. So, despite the fact that you had a 10-hour trial, you play that mode for an hour, and then it would stop, and it would say buy the full game.
Ah, okay. So you can't.
So you can't play through that mode in its entirety on the trial. They won't. They've still gated that. You can start a career. You can do anything else you like.
Yeah. So
but
well,
that story-based mode, they won't let you play all the way through that on the trial, and I think that's fair enough. But it did annoy the shit out of me because there was no way I was spending the money on it, and I was just getting into it. So there we go. They might not do that this year, but I think they'd be sensible to, and I don't blame them for it.
Gibbons. So what else? Voting for the 35th Golden Joystick Awards have opened, but
are we in with a shout?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haven't received anything suggesting we've been nominated for the best video game podcast, which obviously is baffling, but I suppose they want to give everyone else a chance.
Probably. All our listeners are like, we better not vote for those guys again, because they're just the best.
It's true. We don't need awards
to
know that we're the best.
Accolades.
No.
Whatnot. Shiny things.
Absolutely.
No. Finally, buddy, Just Cause devs, Avalanche, they've put out a job ad talking about next-gen consoles. Don't know what this means, but
is the Xbox One X a next-gen console?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's classed as a next-gen console.
Tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who knows anymore?
I don't think so. I wouldn't class it as one. I feel like it's a stepping stone. In this article I was reading, it's on about how like Just Cause is like a 4 year, 4 or 5 year cycle or something like that. I can't remember. So it's looking for a late 2019, early 2020 launch. So we could be seeing some new consoles around then. So another 2 years until the PlayStation 5 possibly. How are you feeling about that? Seeing as obviously it's already been out, 4 years now? Is it 4?
I think there will be
a 6-7 year cycle.
I think there'll be a new PlayStation in the autumn of 2019.
Yeah, so late 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's too late this year for us to find out there's going to be one next Christmas.
Yeah,
and Sony traditionally have had their best results launching in the autumn, so it can only be in the autumn. So yeah, I think that's probably bang on. Christmas 2019.
Yeah, so two more years. See what happens.
I think I'm happy with that. I think that there's every chance that I might upgrade to a Pro during that time if I get a 4K telly over the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And I think the prices will reduce for
the
that
Pro
once
will go
the
down
X comes out. So that's kind of the strategy at this point. Obviously, you're fucking ready to go, mate. And Black Friday coming up, I might be in the market for a TV.
Yes, TVs.
It might be time to take the plunge. So yeah, interesting times. But I suppose another interesting question is how many more consoles will there be? Like before streaming gets to the level that we don't need hardware in our homes anymore.
I don't know. With
2 or 3 consoles?
I mean, if they're 6 year cycles, then yeah. Decade.
10 years time?
Yeah.
And all the processing power is done in the cloud at that point?
More than likely. I reckon so.
Either way. It's going to be really interesting when the X comes out. If it sells like the Pro has, i.e. it's an expensive upgrade, and not that many people pick it up, then I suppose Sony won't suffer that much from having a console that's far less powerful. But if that thing takes off, then fucking hell, it could be shots fired and it could be time for them to think about what they're doing.
Exactly.
It's certainly interesting.
We've seen it switch before.
We have.
It can happen, really.
But I don't think we've ever had the two of them with such a big gap in power. Like the Xbox One X is so much more powerful than the Pro.
Yeah, true.
and the idea that consoles that Microsoft are going to be outgunning Sony by like 3 teraflops for 2 years. Like,
well, like it comes down to that price point as well, though. Are people going to pay that massive price tag for it?
And are devs going to get the most out of the hardware when there's such a small install base versus the mainstream?
Oh, so many questions.
Indeed. If only we had the answers to some of them. But we don't. Because it's the JfG podcast, buddies.
And we know fuck all, buddy.
Gibbons?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's me done, buddy, this week.
Fucking good stuff, buddy. I liked that shit. That was your news there. I had some news as well. It preceded your news, and that was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
And that's out this week, buddy. What have we got this week, buddy? Anything good?
Well, let me tell you, buddy. We got it's that time of the month, that time of the soak, when my lover and I start to crave spiced meat. It's Games for Gold and PS Plus time, of course. Nice enough for the first Tuesday of the month to fall right for this announcement to come out in time for our podcast. So thanks very much for that. Time and calendar. I suppose we thank the Greeks for that one, buddy. But either way, let's start the ball rolling with Games for Gold on your Xbox consoles.
What could I get?
Incidentally, very briefly, we're talking about Out This Week. It's kind of a consumery sort of salesy sort of thing. I think the best deal I've seen legitimately for the Xbox today, and it was, I think it was Destiny 2 and FIFA 18, and an extra controller. It was an Xbox One S 500 gig, and it was $199.
That's a good price. They're coming down, man.
They are. That was good. Like that is
like next year we might have to pick one up.
I mean, those two games are worth 100 of the 200 of the.
Yeah, exactly. Trade them in.
Yeah,
because I don't want FIFA 18, and I'm not making another 3 characters in Destiny unless it's on PC.
Yeah. Either way, anyway, back to the matter at hand, buddy. Games for Gold. Your Xbox One Games for Gold this month will be Gone Home and the Turing Test.
We've played both of them.
They are a couple of little indie games. They're both very good.
Nothing. Yeah, they are.
But if you're looking at perceived financial value, which seems silly but is kind of the barge pole here, the measuring rod, so to speak, they're not the best. And your Xbox 360 games are Rayman 3 HD and Medal of Honor Airborne. Good games. They'll be backwards compatible as well, so you can play all of those on your Xbox Ones or your Xbox Oneks when that comes out.
Onks, yeah.
Onks. Sure. So yeah, that's Games for Gold. What do you make of that, buddy?
Clown shoes?
It's not the best.
I guess it's not great. Like you say, you're talking about monies there. It's pretty poor. Like you're getting, there's not even a large game in there, which is a shame. Oh, obviously on the Xbox One, Medal of Honor Airborne. That's really old. Rayman 3 HD though. Yeah.
Glorious HD. I like Rayman.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the best. I mean, I know you can't really compare PC sales prices, but I think Gone Home and Turing Test on Steam, you could probably pay £3 or £4 to get both of those.
Yeah.
And there is a perceived value thing there. We've said it before. So yeah, not really the best. But there we go. PS Plus, on the other hand, this will be the first PS Plus since the price hike. And I'm just remembering that. Oh no, I'm probably all right. Sorry, I had a minor crisis there. I think mine runs out soon, and it's going to try and take it from my credit.
Oh,
if
just turn off auto renew.
Yeah,
settings.
I need to check that when we finish. Anyway,
yeah, do that.
That's some light admin from my life there, buddies, in the middle of this section. PS Plus games this month coming will be Metal Gear Solid 5.
Cool.
And Amnesia, the Collection,
Great.
and Rigs for PSVR.
Okay, so Riggs again, still there.
Yeah, I mean, That's You is also listed, but I'm not going to keep saying that every month. So, so that's your PS4.
Yeah, well, then was PS3, buddy.
Monster Jam Battlegrounds and Hustle Kings.
Okay.
And your crossplay games are Hue, Hue, and Skyforce Anniversary, and they'll be playable on the Vita and the PS4.
Okay. Well, that's not great, I'm going to say.
MGS5 is very good.
Ah, it is good, but, if we go back to talking about money, that game's been like £6.
It has, and I have it on disc under my TV.
Have it. Yeah.
But it is a good game that I played for a bit and then got bored of.
So, Amnesia the Collection.
Yeah. So this is
your thoughts.
Amnesia the Dark Descent, A Machine for Pigs, and Justine. It's a trilogy. Yeah. I've always wanted to play these games, and I've always been quite scared to play these games because I'm a little pussy-hole.
I'm a massive pussy-hole. Gaping.
I wonder if perhaps the missus might be interested in playing these through with me, buddy.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of this genre at all. I don't know.
I mean, the Dark Descent was more sort of foreboding than jump scary. It was more sort of weird Twin Peaksy, maybe more like The Shining rather than sort of the constant jump scares of like an Outlast or something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to give these a go. All very well rated games. But yeah, I don't really know. Between the two, like I wouldn't pick Amnesia ever. MGS I've already got.
Yeah. What about Hue and Skyforce Anniversary or Anniversary? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So Hue is
it's like a 2D.
Like a little puzzle room side scroller type thing, kind of reminiscent art style of Inside or Limbo, maybe. It's got a little bit of that.
It looks like a shit Limbo. Yeah.
Shit Limbo. Yeah. Skyforce Anniversary.
Top-down fly shooter, isn't it?
Yeah, like Power Strike.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I won't play that.
I might. I don't know. I think my kids might enjoy that a bit.
Might be a good game to introduce them to,
isn't it? Yeah, I think so. But no. Once again, definitely not worth the fucking price hike because that's we still haven't had an explanation or any reason why that's there. That was there. I don't know. I can't think of it. We've got this. Well, Sony have got this massive player base now, and they're just like, let's just squeeze some more money out of them.
Yeah, I got mixed feelings about it, if I'm honest. I'm not sure I care. I think that,
what are you going to do about it?
they had a shaky start when the console launched, but I do think they probably deserve. It's always hard. Do people deserve credit for exactly what you expect from them? I don't really know. What I will say,
that works.
PSN's been absolutely rock solid for
I tell you what,
18
I
months
did
now.
get my download speed up to 180.
They've really improved the download speeds massively, so you can really top out your fucking connection these days.
Seriously.
Which is brilliant. And it's been rock solid. It's been always working, no problems with it whatsoever. I don't know if I begrudge them the price hike, if I'm honest.
Nah, I mean,
50 quid a year, lots and lots of different games to try.
I 40 a year, but
It's been 40 since Live came out in 07.
Yeah, but Live is still that cheap. So How come they can do it?
I don't know. What I will say is a lot of Xbox gamers that I see in forums and on websites and listening to on podcasts get quite hacked off with the Xbox Live service. It's not as solid as it used to be. It's been quite patchy in some respects.
Oh, really?
They also, I see constant complaints about the deals on the Xbox store, like as in it's shite in comparison. PSN's flash sales
there's always a sale on.
Yeah, and they're good sales. They're compelling sales, and more often than not, we will make a purchase because there's genuinely good reductions, and the
Farming Simulator 2015 for £7.
Massive reductions.
Who's not gonna buy that game?
And big reductions for PS Plus members as well, which it's easy to forget about because we naturally have it at all times. Yeah. But big reductions that Xbox players just really don't reap the rewards of. I'm not suggesting that is reason enough for the price hike. But
no, definitely not. But still,
inflation and so on. Massive. They've got 80 million fucking consoles that they've sold. The sort of infrastructure required for that. Yeah. I never thought I'd be standing up for.
I don't think we are. I think we're just kind of justifying what we're spending money on.
Yeah, it's devil's advocate to a degree and making myself feel a bit better, as you say.
Yeah, I think so.
So there's your games. There are your free games. Come at me, the internet. Elsewhere,
free games.
This coming week, buddy, we have Battle Chasers Night War on the PC, PS4, and Switch. Actually, this isn't coming out on the Switch this week now. This is a classic Zelda-esque JRPG. It looks a lot like Zelda. It's got the sort of nice art style, like old Zelda, like classic sort of...
Yeah.
Before it went 3D, where it's got sort of the isometric view, you're walking through the countryside, and then you have your classic turn-based battles, sort of Final Fantasy-esque, sort of Pokemon-esque kind of thing there.
Love Pokemon.
The reason this has been delayed on the Switch is because there is some sort of massive compatibility issue with the Switch and the Unity engine. This is also affecting Project Ukulele, which was also built in the Unity engine. There's some sort of problem, like a bottleneck of some sort in that particular program, in that particular engine, rather.
Yeah, well, it's just not coming through.
There is a new Unity update coming out that they are hoping will resolve that to a degree, but they are using a proprietary engine, and they're kind of at the mercy of Microsoft, who created that engine. Which is funny that Nintendo's release plans have been scuppered by a Microsoft engine, but that's the world we live in, buddy. So there's a delay on this, but it looks like a very cool game. They actually kickstarted this very successfully. Were very quick to provide an update on the Kickstarter page saying it's been delayed indefinitely on Switch. We're trying everything we can to get this up and running, but it is coming to PC and PS4, and it does look very cool.
Nice, buddy. Nice.
So there's that. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. A decent looking RPG action. Good Steam reviews. Looks a bit Skyrim-y. Graphically not very impressive, but certainly deep in terms of lore, dialogue, and so on. So maybe worth a look if you fancy that sort of thing, buddies. We have Forza 7 this week on PC and Xbox One. This is a racing game that I would like to own and play, and so on. But I suppose I can make do with what we've got, especially with GT Sport on the horizon as well.
Yeah. This game does look really nice.
Looks fantastic.
It's definitely a franchise that I miss.
Yeah,
I would say.
Looks fantastic.
That and
feature
rich. The Horizon version of it as well, because that was kind of a fun arcadey.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that I really, really would love. If you said to me, like, you can have any Xbox game, I'd probably go with Forza Horizon as my decision, because it just looks really fun, really gorgeous, and yeah, Forza 7, obviously 4K compatible when the X comes out, looks lovely, absolutely gorgeous, and I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun for a lot of people. And as I think you mentioned last week, buddy, that's cross-buy. So if you buy that on one, you get it on the other.
Always a bonus.
Always a bonus. Batman the Enemy Within Episode 2 is out on PC, PS4 and Xbox One.
Fuck off.
Whatever. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the pre-order beta and the open beta are both coming this week. We have the pre-order beta on the 4th of October and the open beta on the 6th. So...
what day is the 6th? Is that the Friday? I don't know. Yes, it is the Friday.
It is the Friday,
so,
yes.
Are we going to get that for next game night, do you reckon?
I suppose so, yeah. I'm willing to give it a go.
Especially, we've enjoyed Battlefield quite a lot since it came out last year. Maybe we'll enjoy a Star Wars version of that. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's going to be a tough one.
One of my colleagues at work went to EGX this weekend on the Sunday. He was mainly going to check out some Switch stuff because that's the thing he's hoping to pick up at Christmas, and got some hands-on gameplay with the new Mario game, which he was very impressed with.
Odyssey. Is it Odyssey?
I think it is Odyssey. He was really impressed with how it transitions between different versions of old Mario games. So there was a lot of... a lot of the screen caps that I've seen are very sort of Mario 64 in their sort of style, but he said that there were some really nice moments where, for example, you'd come across like a pixelated 2D pipe, and when you went down it, then you'd pop out of a side-scrolling pipe and be in like Super Mario Brothers kind of old school. That sounds really cool. Some really nice old bits and bobs there. But he did get the chance to play Battlefront 2, sort of 20-odd minute match, something like that.
Nice.
And is a big Star Wars fan and was massively impressed. And I started asking...
Okay.
I started asking, firstly I asked him if he played the first one and he didn't, so obviously pinch of salt, I suppose. But
yeah.
I was asking several questions about... the way that it works in comparison to the first one, i.e. the way that the sort of power-up system works and that sort of thing. And everything that he was saying was very positive. Skill-based, compared it to Titanfall in that everyone gets a go in everything and it's not random things that you can camp on the battlefield anymore. All sounded very positive and looked the fucking nuts as well. So I'm up for giving this a go, buddy.
Yeah, I think we need to... I was very quick to judge this game from what I saw from that reveal trailer.
It wasn't the greatest reveal.
It didn't look great.
No.
So yeah, obviously being able to give it a burnout and then see what happens with it. Yeah, totally. So I'll definitely be playing it on Friday night. Yeah.
It's a full-blown Gibbon, buddy.
Gibbons.
So yeah, a fair old selection of bits and bobs to get your teeth into this week, buddies, and some stuff on the store that's kind of slowly lowering in price that I'm starting to eye up as well. But one thing we really don't need right now is more video games. So I'll probably stay as we are. Either way, that's out this week. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with Funk. Fuckwit Corner with Funk. He's got some questions. Funk.
Has he got any questions, buddy?
He does. He's got an interesting one, in that he is asking a question about a game that I forgot existed. So,
okay.
What happened to PlanetSide 2? Played a beta and never heard of it again. Nothing really happened.
No, we did a video on that, like when we were Justice for Gamers, buddy.
We did.
If anyone can actually is around from those days.
Yeah. Back
Yeah,
in
that
1974 when we were...
Yeah,
Yep.
that was okay. That game was fine. Wasn't great. It was weird. I didn't really understand where the fight was. I think we found one fight.
Yeah, it was big.
Died.
It was big. It was like a cross between a giant RTS and Battlefield. and we never really got into it.
No.
I actually didn't. I don't know. The shooting was pretty decent.
It was a fine game, but
there was so much to learn.
Yeah.
It was like, who could be buggered?
Yeah. I know, right? Learning about different mechanics and multiple stuff in games. I mean, who's got time for that, buddy?
Absolutely. Especially when it's just fucking rinse, repeat boredom.
Exactly.
Gibbons.
Just for fucking shiny crap. I mean, who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
Numbers on a screen.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Speaking of numbers, I did the only real research that I basically could. I popped onto the various PlanetSide 2 social media sites, had a little search on Twitter, just to kind of try and gauge where that game is. And the answer is no one's really talking about it at all, but there is a small following of people who are still playing it on a regular daily basis. Just kind of, you could probably describe almost all games in that way. The only place that really publishes or has regular statistics available is Steam. So I was able to draw some stats from Steam. And the current average Steam players number is about 2,000 people playing that game, which ain't bad for a game that launched in early access in 2012. Peaked at 3,500 in the month of August, and it's been steadily hovering around 2,000 to 3,000 players concurrently playing on a monthly basis for the last 2 years, something like that. They actually released a massive patch for it yesterday. So it's quite funny that Funk brings it up at this point.
Very strange.
But yeah, like a mega patch.
Yeah.
But basically everything in that patch was for the community that already exists. I can understand that. They're focusing on it and they probably don't think they can draw that many new players in for a game that's been around for this long. But there was nothing for new people to get excited about, nothing enticing there. It was just, you know, we've fixed this, we've balanced this. Oh, you're really pissed off about this particular tank, we've nerfed it somewhat. That sort of thing, you know. So, it's just ticking over, I guess. I don't know how many people are playing it on the consoles. This is Steam, obviously. But you never hear about these free-to-play games after they launch. Like, who knows? It could be anything. You just don't really know.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Nobody knows, buddy.
Yeah. I just think, you know, there's been so much to play. I wouldn't dream of looking at that again now.
No, definitely not.
And if I wanted a game like that, I'd play Battlefield 1.
And, you know, there's only one true free-to-play game out there.
Warframe.
No, Orcs Must Die, buddy.
Yeah, Orcs Must Die. Incidentally, Warframe top 10.
Yes,
on Steam.
Warframe. JJ still smashing the hours on that as well.
Top 10 concurrent on Steam.
Yeah, it's Destiny, but better, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought it?
Fair enough. So thanks for that, Funk. Every week, we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the jfgpodcast@gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we wanna know. Street Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Street Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We wanna know.
Get on the show.
Yeah, Street Beat returns, buddy. The return of Street Beat.
Fuck. Jesus. Titty fucking Christ.
So we got some people on the show, some cheeky buddies. Firstly, quick one from old Octopizzle, aka PJ buddy, who says...
PJ the Octopizzle.
He says, I got 8 out of 20 in the game's radar quiz. I would have done better if there'd been more questions about radars.
That was a silly quiz. It was, like I said, it's a quiz to make you look stupid.
Yeah, it was a tough one. It was one of those ones where it's just multiple choice numbers of stats
bullshit.
and figures. I still enjoyed it though, actually.
Yeah, man, it was good to get the quiz up and going again. Enjoyed that jingle. Beautiful. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. A JfG quiz. Great tune.
Beautiful.
Number one.
So, the main event of JfG Street Beat this week, buddy, is from the inimitable Mel Gibson's Soul. And he sent a couple of really decent questions in, little blurbs in for us this week. One to you, one to me. Which one should we start with?
Yours.
So, Mel's question to me, to start things off, he says, "Yo, young homie fresh cakes." It's actually my rap name. Sorry.
Young homie fresh cakes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Young
I love it.
homie fresh cakes. Mel says, "Sorry it's been a bit, but Hurricane Irma queefed all over my area.
Nah, what happened?
We had no power for 5 days, just getting back to normal here. So, just got caught up on the pod."
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Hurricanes are mental.
Yeah, crazy. Like, glad you're alright. Hope everyone you know is alright.
Well, I know I was in Florida, this was when I was like about 17, so quite a while ago, and we just caught like the tail end of one before we were flying out, and I was just like, this is insane.
Yeah.
How do people live like this?
Biblical fucking weather over there.
I'm like, no. Like, what is this? This doesn't make sense.
Gibbons. Nuts.
Crazy shit.
Well,
yeah. Hope all is good, Mel, by the way.
Mel was always going to make it because he is obviously immortal.
Yeah, he's a soul.
But yeah, I hope everything's good your end. And glad to hear from you. Mel says, "I got some beats for the streets.
Nice.
I just replaced my satellite service with PS View, and I must say I'm quite impressed with it so far. I opted for the Sports Basic, $44 a month. Sweet deal. It has every sport I'm looking for, has on-demand for everything, and I can have 3 screens at once. Pretty much everything I had for close to $100 less.
Wow.
It seems Sony might be onto something here. You dudes should check it out. Your thoughts?"
My thoughts are, yeah, that would be great, but unfortunately, PlayStation View or PS View isn't available in Europe. I think it's only available in the States.
That's very true.
At this moment.
They promised that it would launch soon, in December 2016.
Yeah, totally. Very soon.
So I guess all I can say really is my concept of soon is different to Sony's. Yeah, we can't get this over here, which sucks balls because it does look like a great service, and I reckon that I would get stuck in with that, to be honest. Yeah.
It depends on the price point that it would come out over here if it is competitive compared to what we pay. So what are you looking for like Sky Sports package and just generic channels? I think it's like about 60 quid a month just for the sports and normal channels, I think.
Yeah, it's always hard to tell, isn't it? Because those introductory offers are always like massively reduced.
Yeah.
But once you kick in, I think you can expect to be paying between 40 and 50 quid over here for just your internet and a basic TV package, and then anything on top of that, you're probably talking another £10-15. So yeah.
So for mine, I think I pay around about like 55 quid, 60 quid. So I've got like awesome internet that loves to fail, which is the best. Basic TV package with some kids extras, obviously, and like some shit phone line, which I don't use. So yeah, I mean, if the issue with over here as well is like it's all bundlerooed. It's all bundled together. If you like, because countless times I've thought like, well, I could just stream TV and like watch Netflix or whatever, because like I don't watch like normal TV like at all. But no, if you look at just getting internet on its own without like TV and stuff, like you're talking like 45 quid, 40 quid for a decent connection there anyway. So if I've got to pay that bill for the broadband and then pay like another like 40 quid for PlayStation View, then it wouldn't work out good for me because I'd be paying more.
Yeah.
But then again, I would be getting sport, which would be fucking awesome.
You're absolutely like nailed on, spot on there.
Yeah.
That's the big issue.
It looks like a fucking awesome service, which like I would totally sign up to if it was like, you know, a cheaper way for me to get in contact, because like I said, like all my TV is watched over the internet anyway, be it YouTube, Netflix, or streaming, whatever it is, like Amazon Prime or something like that, or even like iPlayer and whatever. Like you can get everything on there. It's ace.
Yeah. I pay like 48 quid, and I get the best broadband I can get in this location, which is about 60 meg, and 10 meg up, which is pretty good for 60 meg down.
No, that's awesome, because I only get like 12.
Yeah, really, really strong upload speed.
That's fucking well good.
So yeah, I get that. I get a phone line with evening and weekend calls for free, and extortionate rates for anything else, by the way.
Yeah, stupid, isn't it?
And,
that's how they get you, buddy.
And a very basic TV package, but with standard def BT Sport thrown in. And I asked when I took that contract out how much it would be to not have the TV, and they quoted me the same price.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's like, well, I'll take the TV as well.
Yeah.
Then. What's the point?
And that's the problem.
It's crazy, isn't it?
But it does look like a great service, and if anyone else out there's making use of that as well, we'd like to hear from you. Hopefully one day they will launch it over here, but I think the sports networks over here are far more fucking poncy and guarded about where they sell to, what apps are available where, and so on. Like it
was like you subscribed to that MLB. The MLB website once,
for the World Series, I did.
And I remember you saying how fucking awesome
it was amazing.
That was.
It was full 1080-60. You could pick multiple angles, and also because the World Series is covered by so many networks in the States, like different state to state, I could pick which network, which set of commentators.
Yeah.
I could pause it, I could rewind it. I had all sorts of angles. I could watch the whole thing from the fucking like shortstop if I wanted to. It was very, very cool. Yeah, and that was just through the MLB.com website for a World Series.
Yeah, and I think they had either on the 360 or it might even be the PS4. I can't remember, but like an MLB like app on there. Yeah. And every week there'd be like a free game that you could watch, and you could watch it whenever you want because it would be on there recorded. But the fact that you could watch any of the games was just like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like over here, it's just like, no. Obviously, because you know they're trying to restrict people from watching it, so they actually go to the games and stuff like that. But fuck that, man! Let me watch whatever game I want to watch.
Yeah, that's where a lot of these are going. It's not going to be long before there's a Formula One app. I guarantee you that.
Yeah,
like a proper official Formula One app with really solid coverage. A lot of the sports are suddenly realizing they don't need to sell to bespoke TV packages and then be at the mercy of their decisions. They can do it off their own backs. And
yeah, totally.
Yeah, we shall see on PS View in Europe. But glad you found that. That sounds awesome, Mel. And cheers for letting us know about it.
Cool. Cheers. So yeah, Mel also sent me a question this week. He's filling up the section, buddy. He's doing a good job right now.
Absolutely, like hugely appreciated.
Yeah, man, totally. He says, "What up, dude? Just a quick one for you. Do you think if Gearbox pass on, meaning they never even thought up Battleborn, and put out Borderlands 3 or something this year, do you think Destiny 1.5 would even be discussed in the same breath? Because from my point of view, D1.5 is not a good game at all compared to the Borderlands series. I might be harsh being that I've always had a bad opinion of the hype train that is Destiny." So, what do you think about that? Like, about the whole, what if Borderlands 3 came out instead of Battleborn? Obviously, that would be better because Battleborn was a fucking massive shit show and was terrible.
Borderlands for me, Borderlands I think is a better franchise than Destiny in terms of the fun I had in a short space of time, but I think that Destiny has a longevity that Borderlands just didn't. I think that I had no desire to play through Borderlands more than once. Whereas Destiny, I am happy to run missions over and over because I think the shooting's better, and that's what probably matters the most if you're going to rinse repeat. I don't know really.
Well, for me, like Borderlands, like the original ones, I fucking loved it. That was like a massive game changer for me. Having like a 4-player co-op, like first-person shooter RPG, I was just like, this is incredible. This is so much fun. And then also with Borderlands 2, because you missed out on Borderlands 1, didn't you, buddy?
I did, yeah. I was at uni at the time and completely missed it. I had no connection of notes, so I couldn't play.
So then, obviously, Borderlands 2, we enjoyed it together, and yeah, we fucking loved that game. It was really good, like funny, great characters, like lots of loot and stuff like that. This is a bit odd because also this topic came up in the Giant Bombcast this week, which is very weird.
Okay,
yeah. It's very confusing. I was listening to earlier, and I was like, "Shit!" JJ like literally sent me that question like yesterday,
Mel,
which was Mel, sorry, about this and things that they were saying. I was like, yeah, like I can kind of understand. Like they were on about how Borderlands works as a 4-player co-op, but they feel like it would be nice if there was like a social space where other people were, a la like Destiny, and then also they were on about how like customizable loot and things like that would be good in Destiny, like so you can like have your own personalized armor and stuff like that. And I'm like, that would be good in Borderlands as well. So I don't know. I really enjoyed the Borderlands games, but like you say, for me it's a one and done kind of thing. Whereas like with Destiny, it's that like I can quite happily go on that merry-go-round countless times.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference for me. I had far more fun with Borderlands 2 than I have ever had on Destiny.
That kind of makes sense.
I have. Yeah. I just have.
It's a fun game though. Like,
it's a great fun game. Like, it's a funny game.
It doesn't take itself seriously at all, and like that's what we like. We like that kind of like satire and humor and everything.
And the whole game is
Destiny is all way serious.
Yeah,
like
too serious, stupidly so.
And then when it tries to throw in a joke, it kind of works, but it throws you off a little bit, and you're like, "What was that funny?" But is it just funny because this is so? It's dry.
half-assed. It's off kilter. It's the problem.
Exactly.
But one thing that you can't say is the shooting in Destiny is much better than in Borderlands.
Yeah, totally.
The enemy design I think is better as well. I would argue that the AI is possibly better as well.
Do you remember? Well, we bought the pre-sequel as well.
Yeah, and that was nowhere near to the sort of caliber of the first two games.
Didn't have anything, but that was a different studio or something.
Yeah, it was 2K Australia that put that together,
and you could tell the difference.
It was very different, and it wasn't very good. But certainly Borderlands 2, unbelievably good game, and yeah,
but I think if Borderlands 3 like looked at Destiny and took like not a lot, but like some of the ideas that they've got there and implemented it into Borderlands 3, then fucking hell, they could have an awesome game there. They could have a really good game there.
They could
make it into like a proper ongoing,
Well, they've got a far better universe than Destiny does.
Well, yeah, all the lore there.
Yeah, it's much better.
Funny. It's good.
Yeah.
He finishes off also with we were talking about console names, and he said the Tamagotchi was the best console name, but you must pronounce it with an old Japanese grandpa accent. So I'm just gonna press play right now, see if this works. Tamagotchi. Oh, let me do that one more time. I was going to say I'll do a better version of this on the edit, but I'm not.
No.
I can't be asked.
Tamagotchi.
I'm hoping everyone heard that.
I thought that was lovely. And
perfect. And, he's got a valid point there, the Tamagotchi being a great console name. But we weren't talking about great console names. talking about terrible console names, weren't we, buddy?
Tamagotchi. This is something that I just knew. If you could believe that.
What do you mean you just knew?
I know what it means.
Okay, what does it mean?
Egg watch.
Egg watch.
It's the Japanese word for egg.
Yeah.
And
that kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. You have, and then you grow it, obviously.
Yeah, and people get
on
confused
your
because they
wrists.
think it's something to do with like Tamagotchi, which is like friend. There's been some like Tamagotchi Life and that sort of games in the past. But no,
Okay.
So they thought it would be like egg friend because Tamago
Egg
is
friend.
egg.
Yeah, no.
But no, it's egg watch,
Egg watch.
as in you watch it.
Oh, okay. Not as in wristwatch.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean,
See,
you didn't wear it on
I
your wrist.
perceived that as, well, you could do. I guess you could strap it on there.
Maybe.
But yeah, no, your way of watch. That's once again the English language being fucking retarded.
Who knows, buddy? Who knows? Tricky stuff.
Exactly.
Tricky business.
No,
it is a great name,
yeah.
though. Tamagotchi, that is a great name.
It is a great name.
Very briefly, but I think I've mentioned this before, the tragic story of my Tamagotchi where I accidentally dropped it in my cereal one morning when I was going to school when it was 7.
Did you try to feed it real food?
It was 7 years old when I did that, and then from then on, having dried it out and got it back up and running, every Tamagotchi that I created and looked after died aged 7. No matter what I did. Always died at 7. The moment it was dropped in the cereal, as if they were kind of some sort of, suicidal Waco-esque protest about the fact that I killed off one of their ancestors at 7. They decided to all die at 7 days. So
There you go.
sort of valuable life lesson there.
Indeed, buddy.
Yes. Well, there we go. Thanks so much for that, Mel. Thanks so much for both of those.
Gibbons. And cheers, PJ.
And cheers to the Octopizzle as well, and to the Funk, of course, in the
Gibbons.
in the old fuckwit corner there. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 130 of the JfG podcast.
Yes, mate.
It's been good, man. We've had lots to talk about this week, despite there being not a massive amount of news and stuff. It's just been cool. You had a nice time?
I've had a lovely time. It's made my week that little bit better.
Gibbons, buddy. Ditto.
Good. Question is now, buddy, what are we going to play?
I'm up for Destiny if you want to play it, because I've had a break, so...
Oh, okay. I was going to suggest if you got Fortnite involved, we'd get on that one.
I do not have that installed, so...
Don't worry about it.
Download it for the weekend.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so no dice. But yeah, Destiny, or maybe some PES co-op career, or co-op seasons thingy, or whatever.
Yeah, man. We'll do whatever, innit?
I love that shit. Tempted to get my wheel out. It is getting on, though, but fucking that Project Cars, mate. Ugh, so much fun. So good. Ugh.
Love it.
It's definitely a stretch, post-show stretch there. Pleased that my voice held up as well. What a day.
Let's wrap it up, buddy. Come on, where can you find us?
It's,
He's struggling.
No, I'm alright. Just,
He's just drinking it in right
drinking
now.
it in. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, Facebook.com/the JfG podcast. Our Twitter handle is at the JfG podcast. You can also find us on soundcloud.com/just4gamers if you want to listen to an episode from 25 weeks ago that will never be updated again. Or maybe come and find us on one of the video streaming sites. For example, the YouTube there, the old twitch.tv/JfG podcast, or beam.pro, aka mixer.fucking.com.
Fucking mix.
Where we are the JfG podcast as well. Come and join our PS4 community. Hopefully be back up and running with some art from Mel now that he's got power back in the state in which he lives. So that's quite handy as well. And yeah, you can come and join us on their PS4 or on the community app by searching for the JFG podcast and send us your weird shit, and we will invariably discuss it on the show. I think that'll do us. We're also on Google Plus, of course, always on Google Plus, if that's how you choose to live your life. That'll do us, buddies. We will be back next week, and we will have been playing some other games as well, and we'll probably talk about Destiny for a bit.
Probably talk about Destiny
Project
a little
Cars,
bit.
PES,
I reckon PES,
all the big
Project
ones.
Cars.
Yep.
We won't be talking about the Star Wars beta because that won't be out on Wednesday.
No, but we might have dabbled with Amnesia. We'll see.
Or maybe Fortnite. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
If I can be asked.
Yeah, maybe. I'll download it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Well, anyway,
straight in it.
We're off to probably play Destiny 2. We'll catch you next time, buddies. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You've been listening to the JFG podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook.com/the JFG podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JFG podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.